And she's telling me, yeah, he's saying one day we're going to do this, one day we're going to do that. Next year we're going to do this. Next month we're going to do that. And I've only known him for 3 days. I mean, he seems really committed. He's not committed. He's a stranger. Stranger danger. Okay. One day statements from a stranger should always be a red flag. Okay. These, oh man, we would have beautiful kids. One day when we have kids, we can do this. And so, next summer, all of these different random, future projecting thoughts aren't even normal in, established relationships. We're never, planning our relationship out 1 year in advance, right? We're just being present in the now, hopefully, right? It's not natural. You don't do that with your friends for the most part. You don't do that with your family members. And in general, you don't do that in real established relationships because you know what you're going to do. It doesn't need to be spoken about. What's understood doesn't need to be explained. Okay. So those one day statements, that future projecting, it's always a red flag that they're trying to put a false sense of security in you to make you think that you're closer than you are, that you're farther in the relationship than you are, right? To build that trust prematurely so that they can get something from you. Con men do this all the time. So beware of the one day statements and the future projecting, especially when a guy's moving fast and he's crowding you immediately. Moving on. The third sign that you might be dating a con man is he begins to act entitled to you. Right? You might be on date 4, day 5 of hanging out all day, every day, because he just caught you at a time where you were available and didn't have another network of people or a social circle, right? Recently, I met some people who were traveling or they were moving to new locations. They didn't have, a tribe, and a man catches that and he swarms them and becomes their whole tribe. So they don't have any support system outside of this brand new person that they've known for maybe a week or so, right? When a guy starts to do that, he starts to swarm you, and that's, again, another, we're going to talk about that later in this video. But when a guy starts to do these things and when he's targeted you for use, he starts to act entitled, right? He starts to act like you owe him something, right? He starts to put pressure on you to reciprocate, even though he's not even been there long enough to give you anything of value to reciprocate for. So he'll start to say things that allude to you owing him for his loyalty. He'll start to say things that maybe pressure you into thinking that you should do this for him or that for him, or you should grant him some access. A lot of times it's physical, but a lot of times the user will say, well, okay, we don't have to do that, but you need to do this for me because I support you. I'm all you got. Like, there's an entitlement that comes, right? There's this possessive quality and this entitlement that starts to rise up above the great times you're having, the amazing talks you're having, the intellectual connection. There becomes this entitlement. Like, yeah, because I've given you this time or this entertainment or these conversations, now you have to do something for me, right? There's always a favor in the con man's game. And so be very careful that the new person in your life isn't acting entitled to anything from you because you don't know them. You definitely